Hey guys, so we are back with Foodie. Um, Foodie has gotten very good at what she calls like clickbait. We all know that it's not true, so I don't know how clickbaity it is. I think we more just click to see what her excuse is going to be or what the lie is going to be. Um, this one is titled "He Left Me Again," so I'm eating pepperoni pizza mukbang. Honestly, I think she should have titled this Salah Learned His Lesson. The last time that Salah left her alone to go hang out with family, she didn't have enough food. And by the end of day two, she was saying that Salah was trying to uh, end her life along with the help of his family. And I believe it was all just because she was hangry. So Salah this time was leaving to go be with family and hang out with them, and he was smart enough to bring her a pizza first. Um, it's gotten to the point, I believe, to where he probably just opens the door, throws a pizza in like a frisbee, and then shuts the door before anything else can happen. Um, which is sad if that's the case. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into this and see what she has to say. I do have her bopped up to 1.5 because all of our girls just talk insanely slow. So let's see what we're getting into here.
Do you want pizza? Do you want pizza? You can't.
All right, guys, here's the pizza here. Comes with ketchup and hot sauce. Ketchup on pizza, I feel understood here. And a cute little smiley face, thank you. Wow. Extra cheese, pepperoni pizza. Yum. Well, hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are
Okay, it didn't look like there was a ton of pepperoni on there. But I also am not sure how big the pizza actually is. I mean, from how she was showing it, it didn't look that big, but from this angle, it does look a lot bigger. I do have to say, my house, we do not do pork products. We are not necessarily a kosher house, but we just don't do like we're not picky about like our dairy and meat and stuff mixing together, but we do not do any pork products in our house. And I have to say, which might be something that Foodie has figured out, um, is that I actually find out that I prefer the beef pepperoni or turkey pepperoni over regular pepperoni. Might just be a me thing, but and my family loves it. So, um, we'll see what she thinks.
having pepperoni pizza, Syrian style, with loud motor vehicles in the background, possibly fan noise. I'm hot, you know the deal. It's still 28 in Syria, despite it being, end of September. So, first off, I have a slush.
She has fan background noise, with motor vehicle background noise. I currently, hopefully you guys can't hear it. I currently have my regular headphones on underneath here, and then we have my favorite metal band over top. I'm having kind of a weird day with my head when it comes to dropping words, and this is the kind of day that feels like we're building up to a seizure or something. And the particular music I'm listening to slows those, or helps to stop them. It does something to my head, I don't know. So we have metal in the background.
And a pepperoni pizza. Okay, let's try this out. Woo, it's cheesy. Oh, it's hot. Oh. Okay. Well, they don't skim on the mozzarella, that's for sure. Oh, baby bite. Hmm.
I just got finished reacting to Rosie's cabbage boil and talking about whether or not that was a mukbang. And the similarities between the two, especially coming from one to another, um, is insane. Like, we have it being held up to the camera, we have the bite, we have the and the eyes rolling back in the head and everything. Rosie really thinks that she's so much better than Chantal. She's not. I think she's just as problematic, and I think she's just like her.
That's so cheesy. Hot sauce. Pepperoni is beef. Lip gloss goes on, lip gloss goes off. So my husband went to visit family. I was invited, of course, but I'm not feeling too social.
I wouldn't feel too social after I'd shown my ass like she did. Suddenly, I would be very antisocial and not want to see anybody at all.
And that's been one of the biggest challenges for me living here is people are very social here. You know, they're very friendly. You know, I love everyone I've met. But I come from a place where my life.
If she loved everyone that she met, she wouldn't have made the statements that she made. This is one of those situations why I say support your partner in public, you correct each other in private. Because where I can forgive my husband a lot easier than my family can, it's the same thing on both sides of them. She put all of this stuff online, and Salah also let them all know what had happened. And so it makes it hard for them to forgive her for her behavior and the things that she said.
I was always, you know, in my life I was isolated a lot, so it's like overwhelming sometimes, especially when I have mental health issues. And while they're accepting of me, I feel like sometimes people don't understand me here. Like, they don't fully understand, at least the people I've met, about my mental health issues. Even just the bread is really good. And
I don't I don't think it's that they don't understand her. I think people get confused by the fact that she wears it as like a badge. It is part of her identity. All of our girls do this because it gives them excuses for their behavior. Um, they see they see their diagnoses or what they think their diagnoses are as an excuse, and it becomes who they are instead of them being who they are in spite of the diagnoses.
the sauce. I'm gonna miss this pizza. It's like so pillowy. But I don't mean to clickbait. I mean, he literally did leave me for the day. But I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to do like everything to raise money to go to reestablish my life in Canada. And
Okay, why are we having to do all of this hustling and everything if our husband supports us? If he pays for everything? You know, over and over again, she has claimed that Salah pays for everything. She doesn't have to do anything, she doesn't have to work. However, here we are begging for money. Like, what happened to this rich husband who paid for everything? Um, we did get a little bit a glimpse of truth when she was talking about how they always sent her money. She was the one who paid. She was the one who was always doing. Um, that stream has since been deleted. You can find it elsewhere. So we did get some truth. So, why doesn't she just come out and say that she's been the one funding everything and that Salah doesn't pay for anything? Why are we not getting that truth?
thanks to you, amazing people, um, I was able to book my ticket. Um,
It's like me. Um, my husband works. We are a single income household. He literally pays all of our bills. I do not have to work. However, I like having something to fill my days up. Um, this gives me another creative outlet. It gives me a place to really let my brain work. As crazy as it sounds, it's also very good practice for my speech and for talking. There's that. If I happen to make money off of this one day, that would be awesome and it would be a help. It would be such a blessing to my family. However, it's not a necessity because my husband does actually, in fact, pay for everything. That is why I am not on here every single day saying, guys, so here's my PayPal. Links in the description. Make sure you send me money. I need $10,000. Hurry, help. Hey, Christmas is around the corner. I have Christmas gifts to get. Hey, guys, I need this. I need this. I don't have to do that because my husband actually, for real, supports me and our lifestyle. So, what is Salah doing exactly? If they're spending all of her money, if she's having to have her Bezos pay for everything, what is Salah doing with his time? Is he literally just traveling around and just hanging out with everybody on her dime? And if that's the case, what happens when she leaves?
And I was able to put a deposit on a place I really hope I get. I'll find out either today or Monday, and I'm just like, please, because it's hard to get a place when you have credit issues.
Spoiler alert if you don't know, since this is 3 days old, I believe she did not get the apartment. And so we are still searching.
If I get approved, Villa 2.0 era. So thank you guys for those of you who have helped. Some of you have been so generous. Um, and even just like some people have sent $500. Some people sent. There's one person who sent $1,000. Um, there's some of you who have sent 10, 5. Everything helps. I really appreciate it. I have nothing when I go back. I need to pay my rent, but I also need. I'll have enough money for my rent, but I need to buy like everything. I don't even have anything. I don't have a bath mat. I don't have a shower curtain. I don't have a cup to my name. And I'm going to rent a car for just like a couple of days, um, so that I can go to places like the dollar store and get some things I need, or maybe it's like a Goodwill or something. So, if you want to help, there's many ways. Watching my videos, I have cameos, which are personalized videos, like the ad you saw at the beginning that you can request for birthdays, for someone else, whatever you want in a video, as long as it's kind of appropriate. There's also PayPal. You can send to my PayPal for direct donations. There's super chats, super thanks in the comments. You can buy a comment. There's all kinds of things, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm moving at the end of October because some of you people only watch my videos. You don't watch my live streams. So I guess these updates are going to be like reruns for my live stream people, but we have to also think of the video people. You know? By the way, I know this looks like grape, but it's actually mixed berry. It's so cheesy. They make the pizza at like a place where they make fatire, like Arabic pies.
I'm wondering what exactly she's going to do for content when she gets back to Canada. She's banking on the fact that she can go back, and she keeps saying Villa 2.0. And she thinks that she's going to be out driving around, getting her lovely scooter that I talked about in another video. I went through the user's manual. I hope she gets it because all this is going to do is irritate her, strand her places, and I am here for it. I want to see that headache that comes with the scooter that she wants. Um, But she's under the impression that she's going to go back and it's going to be just like it was when she was there previously living in the villa with Pete. The thing is, though, is that she can't even sit up straight for longer than a meal. After that, we have to seal. We immediately have to lay down because of how much it is on our body. So, what does she think that she's going to do there content wise? I mean, right now, the only content we're getting is begging and sealing and randomly stuffing our face. What is she going to do outside of that? Like, I get that there's more options in Canada, but those options do us no good if we physically can't partake in those options. So I'm very curious to see what she thinks she's going to do. And then the next question is that if she can't produce the content that she's promising, which is Villa 2.0, how are we going to make money to pay the bills that we are currently signing up for by trying to find an apartment and needing to pay electricity and water and gas and all of that stuff?
Look at the cheese. I have to fold the cheese on. Mm. Oh my god. And it's really good mozzarella. Mm. Does beef pepperoni taste like pork pepperoni?
Tastes better.
Yeah. Mm. Man. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing, but the olive tree is dropping olives and leaves like crazy. Yes.
I don't know if it's a seasonal thing, but the tree is dropping olives like crazy. Does she not realize how vegetables and fruits work, like how harvest works? Everything grows until it's time for you to harvest it or go out and pick it. If you don't pick them, and some things you actually have to let them ripen until they fall off. Um, they fall off because it's time for everything's ripe. It's time for it to be picked. Does she honestly not understand how produce works? I, I don't. She's probably one of those people that don't realize that chicken nuggets come from chickens.
Yesterday we had like a windstorm.
Well, honestly, I can't say much. My chicken nuggets, I get hyperfixation meals. Um, and right now, one of my hyperfixations is buffalo chick, and it's CHIK apostrophe N. And they're nuggets, but they're chickpea nuggets. So I guess my nuggets technically don't come from chickens, but you know, anyways.
So I went out and I had to sweep like so many olives. Some of them were purple, some were green. I love cheese. Cheese does not love me. Okay. Yeah. So that's the plan. We are getting divorced. My cat is beezing. Stop!
Oh, we're officially saying divorced now, where it's not just separation. We're separating, like we are actually for real getting divorced. Huh. I wonder what maybe there was enough pushback from the community saying that, separation meant that they actually weren't married, that now she switched to divorce to convince us that this was a real marriage. At this point, I don't know why it matters if it was a real marriage or not since it's over, but you do you.
She's trying to eat this plastic. Don't. Um, we are amicable. We did get into a bit of a tiff, but it's painful, very painful, emotional, but at the same time, necessary. I might do a video why, but it's for happened.
I love how she calls what happened just a tiff. Like you were literally accusing him and his family of conspiracy. to end your life. And now we're calling it a tiff. I mean, you were threatening to destroy his entire home, but that's just a tiff. I would hate to see what she thinks the real fight is.
Happening for a myriad of reasons, and none of which are because we don't love each other. So, but I'm excited to go back to Canada and bees and try to get my life together more. I need to look for a doctor like before I get there, and I'll be leaving at the end of October. So that's what I'm gonna do.
My question is, she talked about the fact that she switched to different uh, mental health medication that was cheaper. Did a doctor switch that for her, or did she choose to make that switch herself? She's also talked about the fact that she has started taking insulin again. It, did she choose that, or did a doctor do that? I know um, overseas in some countries, you don't necessarily need a doctor for you to get prescriptions. And you can kind of just prescribe for yourself, or a doctor says, get something that would treat this, and then they send you to pick out what you want to get. Um, so has has she been, I hate to say doctoring herself, um, but has she been is she providing her own medical treatment here, or she actually seeing a doctor? If not, that could be really scary, and make it even more complicated for whatever doctor she ends up with back in Canada.
I'll have the peace of being alone. And that's just what I want. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video. Even though there's fan. I'm going to try to take the fan noise out, but sometimes it makes my voice sound robotic and weird, so we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to be doing a longer live stream at some point to try to fundraise a bit for my journey home, so stay tuned for that. Even just tuning in and watching means a lot to me, so thank you, guys. I hope to be home soon. And yeah, I have the first step down. Apartment deposit. Oh, 2 steps: apartment deposit and the plane ticket home. So, hey, I'm super excited for that. So, and yes, Julia is staying here. I've talked about the reasons. I weighed the pros and cons. It's not an easy decision. I was very, very upset at the time that I made the decision, and I still haven't come to the realization that it'll be a while. I hope, I will try to save to have her shipped to me somehow with like a pet company one day. I don't know how long it will take. It's expensive. But in the meantime, she's with her dad. She's our cat too. She loves both of us, and he takes good care of her when I'm not around. And she'll be company for him. And it's just, she's a snub-nosed cat. A lot of airlines have issues with that. Her breathing, maybe, I don't know. It's a really long journey. It's like 30 hours with the layover, and I just don't want to do that to her stress-wise.
Right, baby?
Right, baby.
So, you love Dad.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in another next video. Bye.
Okay, so we're gonna leave Julia for probably a year, maybe longer. And then she wants to bring her. I mean, at that point, it would be even more stressful because she's been away from you. She doesn't really know you anymore. Um, I say leave the cat where it is and leave it alone after that. Um, it, all of her all of her content right now is pretty much the same. Yes, we get random tidbits, but you have to sift through, 3, 4, 6 hour live streams to find just little snippets of things. Because right now all it is give me money, give me money. This is what I'm going to do in the future. This is what I'm going to do in the future. And we're not getting much more outside of that. I have noticed, though, that the longer we are on this divorce/Canada arc, um, the worse her mouth is getting. Um, we went from trying to be very proper and ladylike, and really watch our mouth to, now we're dropping the F bomb. Now we're, starting to kind of bite back at people more often. Um, she's also starting to um, toe that line about discussing sexual things um, a little bit more often than she would previously. So I think, I don't know, we're slowly easing back into who I believe Foodie actually is. And I think once she gets back to Canada, if she does, I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's October 1st. We still don't have an apartment. Um, there may not be any place for her to live when it's time for her to go. Does that mean she stays in Syria longer, or does she go home and just live in a rental car, or have to move in with her mom? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So thanks for hanging out with me for this one. This one was a little rough. It was kind of boring. Um, but I will see you um, in the next one, guys.